Okay, let's see if this is gonna work now. Hopefully, don't cut me off. Okay. Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. This is Daisy, like the flower, aka Professional High Priestess, and I have a topic for us tonight. And we're going to be talking about the intersection of spirituality, spiritual communities, and personality disorders. Because I feel like this is like we need to really start getting into the nitty gritty. And people talk about shadow work, but they really don't know what that's about. They feel like spirituality is all bubbles and rainbows and let's ascend, let's climb up, let's go up the pyramid of ascension, let's reach the top, let's open our third eyes. Yes, it is all about that. And in order to really, be grounded in our spirituality and our spiritual practice, we have to continue to address those shadows. We have to also continue to excavate, the different, I would say, programs in our conscious and subconscious mind that is kind of allowing the perpetuation of karmic cycles. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lisa. So I know it's been a minute since I've gone live, but I'm back, okay? So let's talk about spirituality, personality disorder. So first of all, what is a personality disorder? Because there's so many definitions and people can define it. You may define it in whichever way. Hi, Michelle. That resonates for you. But a personality disorder is when you are not solidified in your consciousness in regards to who you are, what your purpose is, what you're here to do. This society that we live in is its own whole personality disorder in itself because it perpetuates, a dysfunctional type of personality. If you are engaged in low vibrational activities, materialism, devil energy, etc., that's adult personality. If you're engaged in like trying to enlighten yourself, being in hermit mode, other type of things, then there's something wrong with you. How do people develop personality disorders where they really don't even know who they are? They want to, I would say a lot of the times people who have personality disorders, they want to embody the personality of other people. They project a lot of the times, for people who have personality disorders, narcissism is literally already present or just one step away. And a lot of the times with the personality disorder, it's twofold. One, individuals who have a personality disorder is because they lie to themselves and they're delusional. They were probably raised in households that promoted that type of, I would say, lack of integrity, lack of moral values, lack of consistency in thought and behavior and action. And then another side is for folks who have personality disorders is because they were raised around trauma. They've been through a lot of gaslighting and manipulation tactics. You see what I'm saying? So it goes two ways with the personality disorder. But usually what I see happening is these individuals, they diverge and either one, they become like conduits for narcissistic energy vampires to drain their energy because they're not solidified in their consciousness. So the narcissist or the energy vampire finds like kind of like soft spots for them to be able to enter and continue to drive the rift in consciousness. Or this individual becomes an energy vampire karmic etc. And they mask that personality disorder. They appear to have like a very solid front to the public, but in the back they don't know who they are. And these are usually the people who they are very jealous. They covet what other people have. They will do anything for power, popularity, control because their personality is literally rooted in what other people think and in what society thinks is good and what is cool. So that's it. Because some folks, they're not karmic, but they do have some type of, issues with their personality. And this is the thing. It what as we're going through our life, we continue to develop our personality. You see what I'm saying? We continue to develop our integrity, our core values, etc. So if you're listening to this and you're like, wow, that sounds like me. I'm not saying that you're a karmic. No. I'm not saying that you're a double-headed serpent snake. No. I'm saying that there are things that you can start to do to facilitate the, I would say, refragmenting process, right? Where you collect parts of yourself that have been lost or diminished or taken away or manipulated by narcissists, you know? Exactly. Nobody is a finished project. Just do better. Exactly. You're allowed to be a masterpiece and a work of art simultaneously. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's like the core understanding that I'm trying to promote here. So I had to break down that understanding of personality disorder. So we're kind of like all on the same page. Everyone with me? Okay. Hi, Mike. So let's keep moving forward. A lot of the times, when we have personality disorders, let's say, for instance, you're on the empathic end, you end up getting into situations with individuals foregoing your willpower, bending to the will and demands of other folks because that's what you were taught. And then also, your solar plexus chakra has been debilitated because of dealing with narcissistic individuals who they themselves could not give you a strong core value system. So, you're kind of walking throughout the world kind of blind, trying to develop, your value system. And this is the thing though, that's not a bad thing. Like, as you go out, you start to learn about different things that can help you develop a better core value system. Hopefully for a lot of folks, you guys come across different spirituality teachings and things like that that help you develop a core value. But for some folks, even when they get knowledge, that if access to information and knowledge, they still feel a debilitation because it's energetic. You see what I'm saying? A personality disorder is literally when your auric field has rips and tears and holes in it that allow for outside factors and forces and entities to infiltrate and control and dominate. Does that make some sense? Okay, good. So, yes, I was starting to become like my family because that's the point of a personality disorder is to split you into get rid of your uniqueness and your own personal energy signature and then adopt the energy signature of that collective group, which is usually low vibrational, right? It's kind of like that's like the theory of how cancer cells spread. First it hits one cell, then the cell is trying to fight off the cancer and get rid of it out of the cellular walls, but sometimes the cell succumbs. Now that infected the individual, the cell, whatever that infected that cell, now it has a partner. Then they go and they find two, three more, four more, five more, six more, and then by the time you know it, you have a cancerous mass, a tumor, right? A whole organ is infected, etc. So you have to think about it in that way. So, hi, Siamese goddess. So, now for the other aspect, these individuals who have personality disorders, they don't think that they have a personality disorder. And a lot of the times, these individuals, they happen to be in a position of power or in the spotlight or well known, etc. These individuals have very low self esteem. They could have been bred up in these households just like you, but they chose a different path instead of them trying to build that inner solar plexus by meditating or reading books or building self-esteem or drawing or trying to find their personality and find their identity, they built their identity off of other people, off of their peer groups, off of society, off of celebrities, right? So in many ways, they are literally just like a walking bag. They're a human being. Yeah, they're a walking bag of flesh and bones, but they're empty inside spiritually because their whole entire energetic makeup is filled with other people. And this is kind of like the concept that we talked about with the energy harvesting too. And a lot of people who go that road, they of course have a personality disorder. Of course. So now, with this personality disorder, now we've kind of broken down the game. So we see what's going on both ends. Now, these individuals who have personality disorders, a lot of the times they are attracted to being teachers and leaders and celebrities and people in the spotlight because they need a constant supply, like narcissists. Because I remember I told you, for a lot of people who have personality disorders, narcissism is already present, or that's the next step, or it's concurrent. So with these individuals that get drawn to these spaces, specifically spirituality, because that's the topic that we're on tonight, these individuals see it as just like another form of like being a celebrity. People look up to them, they admire them, they give them nice compliments, da 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 da, and it feeds and it strokes that ego, that empty pit, that hole inside of them that was never, tended to as a child, and that they themselves never really learned how to tend to as an adult. They always use outside things to try to compensate for the inner. That's the difference between individual who has a personality disorder and is a pure narcissist, and an individual who has a personality disorder, but they are working on it and they understand that that only them can fill it in that hole. That's a strong difference. As long as you have that understanding within your consciousness and you're actively doing things every day to try to organically, heal that wound, which is a supernatural wound, you're going to be okay. Okay? So, these individuals, they come to spirituality, the oohs and the ahs, and oh, they're so enlightened. And you guys have to remember that there's so many people who are asleep spiritually. So when they meet someone who they can talk the talk and they can look the look, etc., they get excited because they're like, oh, a teacher, somebody that I can follow, another human being. Because a lot of people, they give up their power by looking for a god or a president or something like that, somebody to lead them and to show them the way. It's like Emil Durkheim, his theory of sociology and religion, that people want to feel like they belong or are a part of something better. And it's kind of like when they talk about in the Bible, like the woman, she touched the hem of Jesus's garment. That's the type of energy that these people are looking for. They want to be so popular and have so much attention and power that even touching me is like, it's like people think that they're touching God, like, because they, in their mind, they don't see it as the most high is giving you this energy. It's not yours. You see, that's the difference between a sociopath, an individual has a personality disorder, and like a true empath or channeler or medium or something that knows that they get their gift from the most high. Exposed. Exactly. Validation is for parking. Boom. We are merely a vessel. Merely a vessel. These individuals that operate out of that very unhealthy ego, Hierophant reversed energy, and Magician reversed energy, and also know that they do not live that type of lifestyle in the background, they are in a constant battle, internal warfare between what they're showing the public and what they're doing in the background in their household. Because remember, a lot of these individuals that have personality disorders, they have addictions, they have toxic ass relationships, they're addicted to materials, they just really want fame and money and admiration and da 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 da, but they really are not about that work. A lot of them though, it's they can wear a mask, but eventually that mask ends up falling off, either little by little or by a tower moment, you see? So what ends up happening? Hi, Ashley. What ends up happening? Hi, Naomi. Hi, everyone. So what ends up happening with these individuals they have a personality disorder, narcissism and sociopathy is the next stage, right? They're in spirituality, they're playing, they're talking God, da 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 da. Do they have gifts? Yes. Yes. But their gifts are not, I will say that this is the thing. All of us have gifts and abilities. All of us can be telepathic, clairvoyant, like different type of gifts and abilities, things like that. Because as long as you're a human being and you have a consciousness, you can tap into those different type of abilities. Because you have an aura, you have a toroidal flow, like that type of thing, right? But these higher level spiritual energy that these folks are getting is, remember, in order for you to, they're basically tethered to an entity or a force, because remember their consciousness is split, so they're letting all different type of energies like within their psyche and their space. So different type of planetary entities, hyperdimensional entities, etc., have kind of taken them over to kind of perpetuate like a false image, false light, because they are like, okay, we can still get food this way even by being fake, so let's eat, so we can go traumatize people and eat, or we can play fake spiritual and we can still eat, right? Because what ends up happening is it's the guru effect. So people, their mind starts to get so self-absorbed, like, oh, people really, they come to me and they attribute their spiritual awakening to me and da 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 da. Wow, I must be a god. I must be God. I'm just as good as God. Like that's the type of narcissistic, like sociopathic thinking that starts to run into their head. Do vampires really exist in the ones that they drink blood? They may not drink blood directly, but they drink it energetically. Spirituality is a continual lesson. Healing work is daily and a self lesson between the Most High and you personally. Exactly. Individuals who operate out of the personality disorder, they feel like they are excused from that in many ways, because they've deluded themselves into thinking that they are on the same plane as the Most High, if that makes some sense. So, yeah, very narcissistic, energy vampire. So, oh, hi, Dollface Sag. So with these individuals that come to the spiritual arena, a lot of them, they come from trauma, broken homes, being neglected, having baby daddies that don't give a fuck about them. They've done everything for attention, from running with certain groups for popularity to twerking on social media to whatever the fuck it is, whatever it is for attention and validation. And spirituality is like the final frontier. And these individuals, even though that they haven't really done their inner work, for some of them, I do feel like they come into these spaces like with good intentions, but the attention and the fame and whatever, it gets to their head, and then they forget that they have to actually keep on doing the spiritual work every day. You know, so then it becomes a problem because as they continue on, the integrity gets lower and lower, and the ego gets higher and higher. So then they end up facilitating egregious acts in the background because they feel like, well, I help so many people, and so many people say that they love me and I'm great, so it doesn't matter if I do this because I got good karma anyways for A, B, C, and D, right? Because that's the fucked up, confused thinking. It's buffering. Oh no. These individuals are masters at gaslighting too. When you see the flaws in their behavior, when you see the cracks in their talk and their walk, and them proclaiming to be spiritual teachers, but it's really just the narcissistic guru effect. They just want power and attention. Um, that's when the gaslighting begins. That's when the subjugation begins. That's when the victim role playing begins. Yes, because how dare you take off their mask? How dare you show the world who they've been trying to hide? How dare you do that, right? Because remember, in their mind, they're the most high. They are God because they have so many likes or subscribers or people tell them these things, etc. But they forget that they have to continuously be doing the work. Yeah, borderline personality disorder, it's crazy. And like, especially when they operate in groups, this is another thing too. Then they have to have like the ringleaders of the groups, or who's the most spiritual, or who can dress the most spiritual, or look the most spiritual, or talk the most spiritual. It's like competition, and they're all competing with each other. And then they get into the group, and then they start to develop hierarchy and power dynamics and stuff like that. And it just turns into another continuation of the high school dynamics. Misunderstood. Don't leave the spiritual community, but find your tribe here and there. Before I used to be like, and this is kind of like one of the problems with the conscious community. They're so toxic and so worried about like fame and attention and notoriety, that a lot of them like are not even able to really get those higher level downloads and insights in terms of the spiritual warfare that's going on. So they channel messages like in a repetitive cycle, because they're really not here to actually help the collective and actually support other people. They're really just here for attention and energy harvesting, but they don't see it as that. They don't see it as that. They're just really here to kind of feed their ego and not feel that emptiness that they felt before they entered spirituality and were getting a bunch of attention from people. A lot of these folks, like I said, they come into this field broken because they couldn't, their families discarded them, or they experienced neglect and abuse, or their significant other like discarded them. They went through trauma or something like that. And they use spirituality now, like, oh, okay, this is like the never ending source of the attention and validation that I need. Thank you, Angelica. Yeah. So that's one of how the personalities really predicate for a lot of these quote unquote spiritualists. But another thing that's going to be happening is Saturn, Saturn, and Pluto. What's going to end up happening is there's going to be specific tests that are given out. Right. They're on Facebook making 100 posts about vibration and frequency, but be super low vibrational. It's also another way. But this is a thing too, though. Like, I've been through that. Like, when I had my awakening, and I like really 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 like woke up to some deeper shit, and I will see people like doing different things like low vibrational stuff like that. I lightweight was on a high horse. I was like, oh my God, like, you guys should not be doing that. We can do better. Da, 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 da. But then I had to really stop and like, okay, you know what? I got to meet people where they're at too. I had to meet people where they're at. And I had to remember that I was once, in a vibrational state that wasn't so much conducive to ascension either. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's another thing too that we have to also understand. Like, that there's a certain point though, like, especially. So this is the thing. Like, if you so you're awakening, you still get the folks being low vibrational, people that were part of your friends group, your family, etc., and you want to judge and be like, oh my God, won't they? Da 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 da. We just have to remember, like, okay, those people too, they're on their karmic path. Maybe it's not meant for us to continue on the journey with them too, And then we have to also remember, like, when we were also being in a low vibrational state too, and how we also had other people kind of looking at us that were, in a high vibrational state and things like that. So we have to also remember that too. It's all just about, like, being humble and just remembering when you were in other people's shoes too with spirituality, and just remembering too, like, yes, I'm a spiritual being. I'm continuing my path every single day. And at the same time too, I'm not perfect. I have flaws. I admit that, and I'm working on it. That's all that makes all the difference. As long as you can admit that you're working on it, you know? To Saturn and Pluto, Tower and the Devil, man, this shit is real. Yeah, you can have a personality disorder and heal, exactly. And this is what we were talking about earlier, because for a lot of us, we've had personality like issues. I wouldn't call it like a full blown disorder, but we've had like personality I would say confusion, because we've been so gaslit and dealt with narcissists and succubuses and incubuses that sometimes it's like hard to like unwrap our mind from it, you know? And then when you unravel your mind from like the cords that they put all around your consciousness, you're like, wow, now I see. Okay. Yes, energy vortexes are real. Chakras. He told you have a wicked soul because you're not vegan. But he's probably talking about having three or four women, and probably a misogynist. Okay, get out of here. That's the thing too, and that another people use spirituality to be righteous. Like, oh, if you don't meditate this many times a day, then you're gonna go to hell, or whatever the fuck. Or if you eat chicken or fish or meat, then you're not truly conscious, or things like that. Or really, like, I'm just gonna keep it hella real. Yes, exactly. Learning to become the hierophant. Exactly. We're just trying to walk in our purpose and walk in integrity. Sometimes we may teeter totter here and there, because you guys know that the path is very narrow. But at the same time, like, we stick to it and we just keep on going, and we make amends for our behavior and we say sorry. That's what separates you from karmic energies and the narcissist that we were talking about earlier. Acknowledging your flaws on your spiritual path and being able to continue walking, and also not spiritually bypassing, which is a whole other topic that I'm going to do. you know I also do the thing here too is, like, with the healers not healing themselves, it's like it's this, like, I'm above that. Like, I don't have to, because I have so many people following me, and they've said this and this and that to me. So obviously I'm good just the way I am. No, you're always going to be healing. Like, y'all be sending me so much love and praise and support, and I love that, and I appreciate it. And at the same time too, I'm going to acknowledge, like, yeah, I'm still doing my healing work. Duh, we all are. I'm a fucking human being. I'm a woman of color in American society. Like, we're healing. We're healing from colonialism. We're healing from family trauma. We're healing from childhood trauma. We're healing from adolescence. We're healing from the toxic relationships and the narcissism that we've been inflicted, that was inflicted upon us, and that we inflicted upon others at one point in time. You know. So, don't feel like you need to be absolutely perfect, but as long as you're doing things that you need to do to continue to reintegrate yourself, heal that fragment in your consciousness from whatever abuse that you went through, and not be a fake ass spiritualist where you're talking about love and light and ascension, but you're doing like dark arts in the background and playing with voodoo dolls and energy harvesting and bullshit like that. You're gonna be okay. But those individuals who've been walking in that energy, like playing both sides, playing with God and the devil, they're gonna have a hard time, because chasing two rabbits, you won't catch either one. Chasing two rabbits, you won't catch either one. We should always be humble, because God can take away anything at any point in time. And those of us, and then, those who are facilitating certain transgressions in the back, and then, they're talking about God, this, and I love the Most High, and I'm so spiritual, and da 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 da, they're going to be having, it's the fall right now. It really is the fall. They're going to be having a hard time, because As God is calling on their warriors and they don't get their ticket to go, they're going to be like, why didn't I get one? Because you were lying. And then all the people that they misled and lied to, it's going to be a problem. Yeah. You know, that's why I try to keep it as real as fucking possible. So, this personality disorders in the spiritual community. Yeah, a lot of people have not done that deeper inner childhood healing work. And then on top of that, they're still doing toxic shit like sleeping with any type of folks or, maybe really not taking care of their health like that. I mean, that's always a struggle. Okay, so this is what I feel. There are certain things that are just like kind of like non-negotiables when it comes to like spiritual development, especially as a teacher. Like you cannot be doing certain things with the sex, like specifically like sleeping with certain people, sleeping all around, drug use, like heavy drug use, that type of thing, like pills and stuff like that. I'm not talking about if you need a prescription, that's completely different, because I also understand like sometimes like some folks have chemical imbalances because of trauma and their nutrition and things like that. I'm not talking about that. Like I'm talking about hardcore drugs, or they're doing certain things to like to boost their abilities or whatever. It's not really coming from an authentic place of channeling. Spell work is for sure a dishonorable, for sure. Tampering with the will and the energy of anybody, hands down, and you're claiming to be a spiritual teacher, you're automatically disqualified. Automatically. Nature Boy, oh my god, he is fucking horrible. And people follow him because he's narcissistic and he's confused, and they feel like that's the life. Concubines and da 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 da. Oh my god. Don't mix at all. Yeah. Every time you're doing DMT, ayahuasca, da 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 da, whatever the fuck. No. Um, I would say too, like, some people, we eat meat and like I still eat chicken from time to time, and I still eat like fish from time to time. It's and I stopped eating turkey because I stopped eating ground meat altogether. But like eating like hella crazy every single day is a problem, because you gotta like make sure that your body's not you're not making your like you're not fucking up your vessel too. That's another thing too about your spiritual path and journey. Um, Drinking hella much, smoking hella weed all the time too. Like I'm not knocking anyone that smokes, but though that also impacts your spiritual development as well. Cutting me out. He's like the Black Jim Jones. Oh, I can't. Yes, he's really a fucking mess. Cutting me out. I would say this: start harm reduction. Instead of eating beef and pork and things like that, just stick to chicken and turkey and fish and stuff until you can win yourself off. I was a vegan for like 3 years. I did that. Then I was a vegetarian for like 6 years. Yep. Yeah. A lot of mentally unwell people are very popular because you have to understand most of the people that they're serving are also polarized and unhealthy. So they see someone who's like one notch above them and they're like, oh, someone who's also kind of like low vibrational like me, but they can be spiritual. Okay, cool. And they don't get it, because and then that person keeps them in a low vibrational state, so that when they do come across like real teachers and leaders and things like that, they automatically are adverse to that individual because they've been staying trapped in a low vibrational cycle following low vibrational teachers. I finally gave up the weed. Oh, good job. Yes, their addiction feeds that entity in return for knowledge and gifts. Yep, and it's all about to get exposed. Oh, no. She said cheeseburgers and steaks with mashed potatoes. You are so funny. Um, I Yeah, beef and pork is absolutely like that's really like y'all that's you guys just have to be careful with that, okay? Because pig is really is even like related to the human body. In surgery, in medical procedures, like cartilage and joints, they use and they use pig joints for shoulder and joint surgeries, for heart surgeries. You can literally have like the catheter or the cartilage or like the aorta of a pig in your heart. That's fucking crazy to me. That is hella crazy to me. God. They're playing fucking Frankenstein on planet Earth. Take me away. Ah. Anyways, and then the cow is Hathor. You know, like the cow is also like a considered a deity. That's why India, even though it's a third world country, has better health outcomes than the United States because they don't eat beef. You guys know that, right? They don't eat beef because the cow's a deity. Yeah, if you're yeah, yeah. You know, another thing too, in terms of this whole spiritual thing, like know what your intentions are. Like if you're trying to be spiritual so you can be popular and you can say ha ha to other people, da 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 da, like no. If you're trying to like grow, be in the spotlight or something like that, or maybe have a good following, it's because you're gonna be sharing and dropping bombs and knowledge and hidden wisdom and things like that. Like there's an Instagram page I really like. It's called Forbidden Knowledge, and he has an app. Super dope. He's a real twin. He's a real twin flame, a real divine masculine, and he has his feminine too. But he be dropping hella knowledge and wisdom, But that you see, people like him are not as popular, because they're not like promoting like this type of like weird type of spirituality that's not really spirituality, but like weird ego shit. I don't know. Exactly. You cannot be happy 24/7. Anger, the emotions are a spectrum. And also, too, this is the thing. I'm not saying that be mad and pissed and things like that, but it's like a spectrum, of emotions. Because, like, even when I started my spiritual journey like 10 years ago, I used to be like so kind of happy go lucky, da 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 da, da, and then things weren't going the way that I was like, oh, there's something that was bothering me. And that's when had my dark night of the soul, and I had to like really do a lot of cleanup and a lot of addressing of some inner wounds and things like that. And that's what helped me be balanced in my consciousness. Like no, dark and light exist, and you got to be prepared. And because even light can blind you. You see. Technically speaking, wild pigs are brown. That's true. Pink pigs are human hybrids. That's fucking crazy. Why are they doing these things? Anything that has parents and you eat it, it's a murder. Oh my god. Yeah, Instagram is so low vibrational. Like a lot of these social media platforms are with these. That's why I just stopped commenting. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even. Let me just save myself. It's called flesh peddling. Oh, I cannot. Empires are warriors. We're not always supposed to be happy. Exactly. It's like the story of Obsidian Butterfly. She had to go through that tower and that volcano and nearly dying to get her obsidian wings so that she can be able to fly over the highest mountains and beautiful terrains, but also go into the deepest, darkest caves and still be illuminated. That's the reason why for empaths, we have to really balance our light and our darkness so that when we do go into the dark, we're able to balance out the polarities over there. That's the point. And then where we go to over to the light, where the light is basically naivety, right? All of that stuff, we can kind of balance them out by not by bringing darkness, but by bringing a balanced perspective to light, so that it's not always spiritual bypass. Watch Boys from Brazil. Oh, I'm about to watch that. Moji. Oh my God. Hi, God is cold. I love his channel. He's so solid. And his energy is so grounding. I'm like, oh my God, I need to meditate more. There's galactic slavery with some aliens. Yeah, and a lot of these karmic individuals that are in the spiritual community, they're enslaved by the aliens to keep on misguiding people and confusing people into love and light and not activating that spiritual warfare. Like for real, just meditate. Law of attraction. Okay, and get your candles out, like get your works out, like get ready for some real spell work, like real works, like come on. Ooh, you attended his 3 day satsang? Okay, I'm gonna go. Whole shapeshifter, I'm telling you. Like a lot of these spiritual teachers, they don't even know that they're shapeshifters. They really don't. They really just feel like, oh, I'm a spiritualist and I'm traveling for the collective. Meanwhile, doing hella trifling shit in the background, they're a shapeshifter. They're being used by entities and forces to confuse people. Hi, beautiful royal. They don't have an identity. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. They're abductions and clonings. Did you hear about people getting snatched up at the protests just randomly? Okay. That's what I'm saying. Love them and they will change. Meanwhile, they're trying to. No, that approach does not work. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna just keep it real. I learned that from dealing with my mother. Nope. You can't. You cannot love a narc into changing. You got to separate yourself and cut ties and cut cords. That's the only way that they learn, by you cutting them off as a feeding source. By you cutting them off from feeding off of you. Thank you, Goddess Cole. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, and that's hi Terry. Yeah. So we got to really, and my thing right now is just like learning about all the different factions of warfare, because when you understand how it's being done, then you understand how to beat it and navigate it. And I'm saying, for in the near future, with all these different spiritual teachers, da 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 da, you're gonna start to see the reality that they are not really ready to lead the collective and the masses, that they themselves are, just been playing, and they've been able to kind of like skirt under the radar and fly by the seat of their pants play. It's gonna be tower moments. Ooh, Time Lords. Yes, I spoke about Time Lords in my energy harvesting video. I think I might just do a whole one, but I'm gonna put that on my Patreon. Oh my God, Naomi, I have the Chiron in my ascendant too. Yes, add my South Node. I was gonna do a video about that because people really think it's like, oh, you just think you're special. No, it's like when you have first house placements or ascendant placements or aspects, like you literally, it's like you're a walking mirror. You're a divine mirror. That's what the concept is, and it's supposed to help people like trigger their healing, but a lot of the times it just triggers like deeper hate because they haven't done that healing work. Tourists are being snatched up. That shit is crazy. You said in Jamaica? Hell nah. It's your perception of reality. That's gaslighting 101. No, it's not my perception of reality. We are in a shared and collective reality. So if I'm seeing something in the shared or collective reality that you are doing, it's not just me imagining shit, because there's an individual reality and then there's a collective reality, right? Banish that shit. So, yeah, because they're looking for energy right now. That's what, damn, those people that's getting snatched up, whew, y'all got to be careful right now because they got so many different things going on, from testing stuff on people to energy harvesting to people needing to feed and shit. So yeah, that's really like, the whole concept, like the personality disorders in the spiritual community. And it's just gonna get a little bit worse before it gets better, because you're gonna see all kinds of characters and actors. It's just like when Donald Trump became president, then everyone else felt like they can become president. It's like, okay, wow, here we go. Yeah. Q Divine, they do the same thing to me on YouTube. They come, they listen to all my videos and my lives, even though they're doing spell work on me, and then they go and repurpose my content. It's so crazy to me. But that's plagiarism and that's theft. And that's also, there's a spiritual cost for that. My Chiron conjuncts my sun. There could be yes. We headed into a purge in the Hunger Games. These spiritual leaders, teachers ain't ready. No. And real talk, all this toxic positivity, this shit gotta go. Like all this love and light, like no. There's some real shit going on. Like they just found a building with 35,000 children being used for these elite sex rituals. No one's talking about that. No one's talking about how can we do collective manifestations to expose these people. You guys remember how I posted? I put on my community board that we were going to be, my friend made a documentary and we're going to be exposing some of the people that were involved in that whole Epstein thing. Do you see how shit is like blowing up now? Do you see how shit is blowing up? That is the next level of warfare. All this other shit, y'all are playing games. All this, and this is another thing too, like why the twin flame has become such a fucking mockery. Um, People are just focusing on, oh, my DM and being in love and da 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 da. But like, okay, how are you going to use your gifts and your powers if you're a supposed twin? Because twins is like that movie that Will Smith and what's that lady's name? That European lady. They were just roasting her on social media because she has two children and she keeps on dressing like. Anyways, it's that movie. Hancock, yeah, where he finds his twin. So you guys, twins got powers and shit like that. Like really, in the spiritual realm too. Yes. So so what are we gonna do to help like move society and stuff like that forward? Like a lot of people are playing too many games, man. And it's like I feel like the Most High is gonna push hella people to the side because they're causing too much confusion, leading people astray, etc., etc. Exactly. Self sustainability, self reliance, energy clearing, and protection and grounding. That's why I made a video. I talked about that in the video that I made the other day about divine feminine. Like you may need to like start to learn how to like find safety nets for food. Maybe you and your couple of friends, you guys going in on a house, even though you got kids, like mixed family housing, because the way that we're gonna be living, it's gonna look different. It really is gonna look different. Maybe you cut back, you're gonna start growing your own food, like all different type of things are gonna be happening. I was talking about that. I'm telling you, they hijacked everything holy and inverted. All these karmic readers, they really turned Twin Flame into a real fucking mockery and debacle. And I'm like, this is some of the shit that I've been seeing on social media and some of these spiritual groups. I'm like, what the fuck? That part. Yeah, not using their abilities for good. And everyone who's used any type of psychic or spiritual ability to play with anybody or da 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 da, they're gonna be getting karma. So there's that. Hi Cosmic Prophet. Start from the beginning because this was actually a really good channeling. Yeah, love and hip hop tarot card reader addiction. I'm telling you, because they had a personality disorder and they're narcissistic and dysfunctional. That's why they're gonna be falling out publicly in front of everybody though. I'm telling you, when you're a real twin, I don't even watch twin flame readings anymore. I really don't. I just watch the divine feminine channelings just to get like like a pep talk and things like that. Good morning, Ladybug. DC Diva. Exactly. But too many distractions, y'all. So that's another thing too that you need to be mindful of is like, you know, in these personality disorders, like how can they teach you how to look out for distractions when they themselves are a distraction? Yeah. So as this continues, it's like you guys are also gonna start to learn too to rely on your own understanding. And also too, I feel like a lot of this is kind of going on to let you all know, like, no, like, we are collective. We have a soul family. And even with the soul family, we all matter within our unit. So it can only be five of us. There's no one person that's like the main leader of the group. We all have a gift and talent that we can use to propel each other all forward. Right. Exactly. Man, Hunger Games, that's a fucking understatement. I'm saying you're gonna be rich and successful. He's coming back. You're gonna meet a celebrity and you guys are gonna get married. Instead, they should be teaching you about money magic and how to manifest collectively and how to create pathways for wealth building. staying ahead of the curve. Start and people be coming to me for like I have people that come to me to do readings all the time, and I always tell them like, you got this. Like you know exactly what you're doing. Don't pay me. No, I'd rather you take that money, go get your supplies, get your candles, or maybe buy like a new meditation tool or something like that, or a crystal. You know, invest in your personal development. Yeah, readings can help you, but really like I've gotten, I've had 3 readings done in all my time of knowing tarot, doing tarot. I've only had three people do readings for me. 2 of them are other YouTube readers, and they've only read for me like a couple times. I don't get readings like that because, and I don't be doing hella readings on myself either because you gotta also, that's how you also build faith and build your intuition too. That's why I always tell y'all, don't be getting too addicted to tarot because that's another form of like disenfranchising your solar plexus chakra. These spaceships, oh God, can you guys get me something? You have to buy a $5,000 course. Hell nah. We're not even about to do that. Hey, Tiger's Eye, perfect. Buy as many seeds as y'all can. Exactly. Hi, Lady Divine Tarot. Yes. Exactly. Sometimes like when you get tarot to like you get a reading where you know maybe you're too close to the situation and your energy is too enmeshed, you know, or you know you may feel there could be something like spell work or something being done on you or some type of confusion being done where you feel like you just need an outside opinion. I get that because sometimes we have times of confusion and stuff like that, and we may need a little bit of guidance. But really, like, if as long as you're listening to the Most High and like acting out of integrity, you're always gonna get the next step and next action of what to do. Hi, Astrolophicus. Yeah, completely forgetting your own mission. That's why I always like encourage y'all. Start your channels. Start your practice. Whatever it is that you're doing, start doing it more and more and more, you know, and you're gonna be blessed. I know some people are actually talented and can read, but they have very small channels. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm one of those people though, but I feel like I'm actually kind of glad my channel's not hella popular because I don't want all kind of karmics like coming and get this information that I'm trying to give y'all just to like keep it hella real. We're at 99 and 44. 99 people, 44 likes. That's like a confirmation. Hi, positive vibes. I got your email. I'm gonna respond, okay? Oh, blue, orange, black, green kyanite. That sounds hella dope. Yeah, the algorithm of fuckery and low vibrations. I'm telling you, they got this whole thing set up. That algorithm, that AI is like, that's like, that in itself is like a type of spell work because you guys have to understand some magic is technology, some technology is magic. Yes, please understand that. That AI algorithm thing where there's a computer that can calculate certain outcomes and it can, you know, push certain things up the feed and based on whatever, like all that, be careful. I know Nunu because I feel like that's private, you know? Right, the algorithm of low vibration. Don't get me started about the tech industry. I done been to so many conferences. Y'all will be surprised the type of shit that they got coming out. They got FedEx for the moon. What the fuck are you doing over there that you got FedEx for the moon? Talking about 3 days or less, huh? Yes. And then they talking about they got superhumans because they've been doing genetic testing to enhance the human DNA. Hell, they got super babies too. You guys ever heard of CRISPR? Hell nah. Yeah, don't let your twin stop you. He's a narcissist. Like if and don't feel triggered. Get stronger in your solar plexus, sis. Ground yourself and keep doing your putting out your gifts and your messages. Yes, cosmic prophet, good. Thank you, Astrolophicus. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm, of course, it's all rigged. That's why you get mukbang. You guys know what that mukbang is? Where people eat large, disgusting amounts of food at a time, and people just listen to them chew, and it be having like a million views and likes. Like, are you serious? Are you really serious? But there was a whole ritual that they did at the CERN campus in front of the Shiva statue, and they sacrificed somebody, and it was on camera. They put it on YouTube, and the person who leaked it died, and that shit still ain't come to the surface. Okay, okay. CERN is trying to turn Saturn into another sun. That's what they're doing. And then I met, oh man, I'm not even gonna. I be, oh shit. If some, that's why I'm like, y'all really, you guys think that I really be going in on karmics now? You ain't seen shit yet, because some of the stuff I done came across, not ready. Yeah, they lose control of their channel, or they just buy into like money, money, money. So they stay like that. Right. Pixie dust and scans. Exactly. Oh, love and light. Drawing pentagrams everywhere, doing whatever the fuck baby witch is, like not even just picked up something on Tumblr. I do like that lady. The is that the black lady that the dark skin with the glasses that she be cooking the food? I like that one actually, because I'm like, okay, at least you can teach people how to be self sufficient and cook their own food at home. But that whole mukbang stuff, that be killing me, that man. And can you imagine their stomach and their intestines? Yeah, I make my own protection bracelets too. I made one with Howlite and Tiger's Eye, and then I made one with Tektite and Tiger's Eye too. Yeah, there was an anime about certain evil as hell, man. They're about to dump babies. That's why I told you I had a dream that there was hella rabbits in the water. Thanks, DC Diva. The baby witches on TikTok trying to hex the moon. They better be careful before something gets returned to them. They better be careful. All this, we're gonna hex people and we're gonna do this shit. They better be really, really, really careful. And I'm just gonna say this: the spirit and the, oh, I'm getting chills. The spirit and the angel of death is on this plane. The spirit and the angel of death is here to balance out low vibrational energies. I did I had a reading with someone today. He may watch this and confirm it. And he has some karmic that he didn't even know, some karmic did some spells on him or whatever the fuck to get him to lose his job and da 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 da. And he said that that he got into an Uber and a Lyft one day, and he was like, that's so crazy because I got into a Lyft and we drove by three different funeral homes, and it had her last name on every single last one of them. Hi, Kiwi. What's the Fae? I'm telling you. I told y'all the energies are going to be amplifying perfectly through visions in the waking state. Fairy. All them talking about they're hexing the moon. What the fuck do you mean that you're hexing the moon? What entities are you calling on? What entities do you think that they are pulling into their house and their energy field, playing with that shit? The earth is activated, yep. Ooh, Herkimer Diamond, I'm gonna get me one of those. Um, exactly. when your family take that vaccine, because that's gonna really tap a lot of people out. So before, because they're gonna make a lot of us take that shit. That's why you gotta raise your vibration beforehand, so it doesn't really impact you as much. And then after, we'll keep on doing the clearing and the banishing. I have like a whole thing that I wrote for that. Yeah, I'm telling you. And when we talk about spell work, it's not just the karmics and them throwing spells at you. There's working spells on a societal fucking level, y'all. Come on. Thank you, Astrolopithecus. It's a lot going on. Um, Neowise, was a star bright in the sky, won't return for another 6,800 years. That's very interesting. Hi, Lisa Lee. Wow, it's only mined in New York? Okay. Exactly. This channel attracts real people. That's why it's small. Yes, let's keep it this way, y'all. Right. That now it's called Hermetics. And that's what they've been playing, tampering with. OTO, Golden Dawn, all of them. Created Hollywood. Ali Esther Crowley and shit like that. Spells. Spells. Entertainment. How do you put people under mass spells at the same time? Cinema. Phantasmagoria. Isn't that what Walt Disney was first playing with? Phantasmagoria, creating apparitions where they would amplify people's blood, adrenaline and blood and energy by putting different type of like phantoms and stuff like that in the theater, in the cinema setting, harvesting energy. Isn't he a Mason? Why do you think they got the 33 degree club in Disneyland? They play too much. Facebook, I don't even play with. When I say that I went from 1,200 people on Facebook to 200, I do not play. 5G tower is meant to disintegrate your energy fields. That's why people are like, it doesn't have any health effects because you're looking at the physical health, not the energetic health. Dum dum. Hi, misunderstood, but I'm glad you're here. I'm telling you, Disney on a whole other fucking level. Brainwashing from them Disney Channel shows that they put in our mind as kids. You need a man to come and kiss you and save you and wake you up. Whoo. I don't mean the world is ending soon. I mean that a lot of individuals who've been a part of karmic energies are going to be getting their just due. Yeah, Viridescent, no, don't do that at all. Yeah, put your phone on maybe airplane mode or silent. And I noticed myself, I never used to sleep with my phone by my head at all, ever. But then I noticed that I did that for the past like 2 weeks, and I'm like, what is that about? MK Ultra. Whew. Oh my God. Hydrogel nanotechnology. I knew they were going to be on some bullshit with that vaccine. What happened in the dream, Viridescent? It sounds like me grabbing the light. Come on, we're about to do it. They are really on some other shit with this damn. See, that's why we just need to. Okay. And they were all confessing. Confess. It's that time of the year. Shit, it's that time of the century. Or Kali Yuga. Oh no. Copper stones. I just got me a copper ink. I'm so happy. Oh my God. Your neighbor has a 5G tower. Ay, ay, ay. EMF, radiation blockers, things like that. That's confirmation, Viridescent. People have been telling me that they've been seeing me in their dreams lately. I hope it's good. Right. Too much exposure to technology with already compromised auric systems, and then you got the food on top of that. Then the generational trauma already impacting the DNA, and then low vibrational thought patterns and forms being perpetuated through the education system. It spells everywhere. You having dreams about snakes, Natasha? There could be some spell word going on. Have I jumped timelines? Yes. I jumped out of the timeline of so many different specific things. I jumped out the timeline with the toxic DM that I dealt with into a whole new other timeline that was higher vibrational. All types of timelines. We hopping and jumping. But you got to be ready. Once you put your energy in that field and like you don't feel right, or you feel like the outcome, like especially if you're like, okay, I know how this is going to end, don't drag yourself through the whole thing just to get to the end and be like, I knew it was going to end up like this. Just jump out and hop. That's how you jump timelines. That's why your energy field be telling you what's going to happen, so you can avoid and not waste your time. Exactly, Cosmic Prophet. How can non-human people really be psychic? They're not psychic. They're tethered to an entity that's working through them. Remember, narcissism is a supernatural force. Exactly. It's a lot going on. Thank you, Robin. You be holding it down. You put your comment at 111 confirmation, and there's 111 folks in here. Oh, you're an art teacher? That's dope. I used to be a teacher too. That's why I had to step out of the education system. I'm telling you. That's when I really knew that this whole society, because these kids these days, man, man, it's just like the technology accelerated the decline. I'm telling you. And then they have more processed foods and shit like that. When we were growing up, y'all know we didn't have all these like processed foods as much as we did then. And then the chemicals weren't as in abundance, you know? Yeah, I do believe in superpowers, like telepathic ones, spiritual ones, and then in the dream state you get certain superpowers. Which word is that, DC Diva? Hi, Michelle. What's an indication if you've jumped timelines? I need to do a video on that. I love teaching. I'm telling you, it's you get such a deep joy. It's a gift that keeps on giving. It really is. And then you see your students out and about when they're older or whatnot, and they be like, I remember you, da 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 da. Or like you helped me, or you're my favorite teacher or whatever. Um, but it's like the education system is so toxic that I'm just like, I can't. Right. We're getting our powers activated right now. It's at all-time high. People getting powers, other people getting karma. Really, that's just straight down the line. Goddess Code. I'm on IG, professional underscore high priestess, or email me. Find it on my website on the offerings page. My timeline, this is our timeline. We're going to the next dimension where we are not going to be engaged in low vibrational societal and 3D shit and ho. I did give my students all the level wisdom, and I did all of their astrology charts, so they know themselves. Mad stalkers, I'm telling you. The one I opened up my old social media the other day because I turned it off like 4 years ago, and immediately I felt just like low vibrational energy. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck off of here. Yeah, that I do feel like that's why the government wants to chip us because the DNA upgrades. Yes. Then that's why they're doing 5G and all this crazy shit with the food too. Oh, you didn't know about narcissists till you came here? Girl. You want to remember your dreams? You can drink go to cola mugwort to help clear up your third eye, and that will help you get into the dream state even deeper. Or get some ooh, Robin, I have a Robin, email me. I have like a special tip. You weren't dropped on your head as a baby. Hi, Nadine. Yeah, we're on the same timeline. Yes, Australopithecus. Hell yeah. Australopithecus, misunderstood, cosmic prophet. All of y'all in this group. Michelle, um, uh, my homie Jonathan. Um, where's my other homie in here? Too mad, too bad. Mike, we're all of us are on the same. Like we're just trying to get into the next level and stop with this bullshit on planet Earth. They banned you from Twitter. This Google, because you've been giving them hell consistently. Right. The COVID questions are symptoms. Everyone's like, wait, 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 wait. How y'all talking about everyone wearing masks? This shit is in the air. These masks obviously is not stopping nothing. What's really going on here? I feel like they do follow people with their gifts because after I got mine done, it just turned into hella drama. That makes fucking sense. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate it. I try my best to stay high vibrational for y'all. Hi, Black Komet. Oh, Akoya Stone. Thank you. Akoya says drinking loose red raspberry tea. It's also good for the womb too. I don't feel like they use your DNA to follow you, but they do. You make a race and gender specific weapons, energy weapons, food, all of that type of stuff. Yes, that's how they're doing it because there's different root races on planet Earth. Someone was mentioning that earlier. Yep. But the problem with Hitler is like he felt like the Aryan race was the most supreme one. There is not just one supreme one. Each root race has its offering to humanity. Cosmic, okay. Cosmic Prophet said, look up Remedy H. Hi, Cheryl. Robin Calvin, you're so funny. It's real hot down here. I'm telling you, everyone's been feeling it like, oh shit, it's going down right now. Oh, that's so cute, the High Priestess. Okay, exactly. Energy harvesting straight from the womb. Even being birthed in those white sterilized rooms with those bright white lights shining down on you is the first type of disenfranchisement. Right, Michelle, that's hella crazy. A Luna Ash, she talked about that on her channel. I watched the video a while ago, and she was actually, as she was doing the reading, she was like, "See, here they go now." She was like, "And I live in a rural area. Why are there always helicopters over here?" Bye, Natasha. Yes, you can put all kinds of stuff in your bag. Turn yourself into do like a brine, like how they do, how they soak the turkey in like all those different herbs. Do that to yourself, like with your spirit bath. Oh, no, no. I feel you. We can't all eat the same. I'm telling you. No, like I'll eat and then I'll have like hella bad breath, or like my yoni will be all acting a fucking fool. I'm like, oh my God. Just off of one thing. Or my skin will go haywire. Like, what is this? But it's the DNA sensitivities increasing. Ooh, called The Darkest Minds. I may watch that. You guys need to go watch Altered Carbon. Season 2 is out. It's so good. And it teaches you a lot about like energy harvesting and like entities and body hopping. The police pull up to her. What the fuck? For dreams, go to cola mugwort. Oh my God. That's the ancestors trying to tell you to keep away. Because if you get around somebody or after you sleep somebody, you get your period, they're trying to detox you quick. That's how I know when, like, once, another thing that if you know that spell work is being done is that you'll get your period. Because it's like the body's trying to detox. Because that's why women, I'm not even going to go, I'm not going to, I'm going to save that. That's the keys to the streets. Yeah, I'm gonna get a midwife too if I ever decide to give birth. But the way that this planet is going, child, I just got a yoni egg. I got I had yoni eggs, but I just got a new one. I got obsidian. Hey, hey, that ship has sailed. Yeah, your DNA, that it's like activating and the vibration is raising. If you have your period at abnormal times, it could be one really influenced by the moon, or it's like your body's trying to clear heavy work off of you. No, use it, Viridescent. Air of mystery. I don't know. I ate like a I had like a it was like a healthy crepe, but it was a sausage, no, not sausage. Sorry, it was mushrooms, sauteed spinach, and some eggs. And I was so sleepy after eating that. I was like, I can't even do this shit no more. Hi, Goddess Code. Oh no, why not? Robin? Right. Right. And if you were anywhere near those protests, you were gonna get that too, because the chemicals in the sprays and shit like that they did. Oh, exactly. Oh, yes. Just hella radiating. I can't wait to get my yoni egg when I get back home. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. All that defund the police, that's about to be some shit right there. And they're but some people about to get exposed with that. Did you guys see that they went to the federal judge? They went to a federal judge's house and killed her son and shot up her husband? Okay. Okay. Oh, Nunu, I'm sorry to hear that. It's like I feel like that's a sign too. Hi, Rose. Hot dogs? Hell nah. Which story, Viridescent? I'm telling you, that's why we need to focus our mind on like that type of collective exposure and bringing justice for the collective, like all these people. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about karmics. I'm not just your DM and their karmic or whatever or your partner, but these collective karmics. The one about the judge. I'm telling you, I haven't seen the Nick Cannon thing because I'd be out the loop, but I'm gonna read about it and see what they're talking about. Right, they're letting inmates out who all and I'm from the debate where they talk about schools not prisons and get rid of jails. Now this is the thing, I don't condone putting people in jail. I don't condone the prison system, but some motherfuckers is really with the shit. Like I'm remember we got the crack epidemic. We still haven't talked about what that did to the mental health of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and they're walking around like looking normal, and a motherfucker will really just like kill you, like for real. It's some real shit. Right. People are hella wildin'. I was like, I went to a whole different state because I just couldn't with the fuckery. I was like, let me just take a step out of here. Mental health, I'm telling you. And it's getting even more activated. Super soldiers, exactly. At the flick of a switch, they start shooting. At the flick of a switch, they go off. Whew, man. There's a lot going on, man. This was a good talk. So anyways, y'all, I hope you enjoyed our talk for tonight. Right, unstable. Hella, I'm telling you, gunpowder in their food is so much shit. Who they don't even know what they be asking for when they ask for it, and then they be upset. Okay, just pray heavy. I know, and we just gotta find places where there are places where it's gonna be safe. Really, kind of like in the plains and things like that, and like the kind of off the grid. The inner cities is where it's gonna hit first, of course. Yes, Rose, come back some more. Good night, everyone. Okay, y'all might need guns. No, we do need guns. Shit. I'm telling you, Michelle, infested with entities, and some people be looking like love and light. I'm like, y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all dealing with. Remember that violet flame meditation we did in the last divine feminine reading, and how when you put the violet flame, the entity came out? Okay. Yes, that's suicide too. There's so many perspectives on it, but that's karma. That's powerful karma. That's deep karma. Robin said, I'm locked and loaded. Shit, who you telling? I got two hammers. The one that you swing and the other one that go bang bang. I don't play. Which one you want? It's time to get real, hella real. Yes, I'm gonna do that meditation, a deeper one, a longer one. Then we'll just put those on my Patreon. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna do another live, maybe tomorrow or like the next day. But I have another topic ready for you. I'm not gonna tell you what, but we'll get there. All right. Bye.